So let's learn about merging branches. So we have learned about branches in Git. So we can merge two branches by having these three types of concept. One is rebase, one is squash and merge, and the other is simply merge, right? So let's learn them one by one. So what's a rebase? It integrates changes with a linear history. So you can see we have this main branch and we created a new branch out of this, okay? And now when we rebase this branch, the commits are added linearly. So if you can see, the advantage of this one is we can always go back to the particular commit. So we can always go back to this commit, or this commit, right? So we don't lost any history, okay? So let's try to have this in our branch. I'm in the main branch. So if I say git log, I have these 3 commits. So let me check out to the new branch. Okay, so let me say git status. I don't have anything here. Let me ls. So I have all these 3 files, right? So now let me go ahead and add a new file. Let me say d.txt. Okay, so now you can see I have a new file here. So let me commit. So let me say git add d.txt git commit -m added d file git push. So let me set the upstream. So this thing we will do for the first time. And let me update the d.txt file. So I can say echo. Now I'll say hello to the basically our d.txt. Okay. So if I get my d.txt, you can see we have this hello in that particular file, right? So now let me say git status. I've modified the d.txt, and then let's say git add d.txt git commit -m modified the file, right? So let me push again. Okay, so in order to make the same changes here, you can see I have 3 changes, right? So I created this new branch from this particular commit, but after that there was a new commit again in this main branch. Okay, so let me check out to my main branch again. So we can say git checkout dash. So in the previous branch. So let me update our a.txt git, or I can say echo hello a to our a.txt git status. So I've updated my a.txt. So I can say git add a.txt git commit -m updated a file, and let me push. Okay, so if I check my log, so basically I have 4 commits here. So I've added a new commit, but if I check my git branches, so I have this new branch, right? So let me go back to the new branch. So I can say git checkout dash. Let me check the log again. So you see, so I have this commit here, and after that I have this commit. Basically this was the md file, and here I created a new file, right? Add d file, and I modified the file d, right? So I did this in the new branch. So now I want all the changes from this new branch to the main branch. So let me go to my main branch. So I'm in the new branch, git checkout. So I'm in the main branch. So now I can say git rebase new branch. So if I want all the changes from my new branch to the main branch, so I can say git rebase new branch. So you can see we have successfully rebased and updated our ref. If I can say my status, so our branch have diverged, and we have 4 and 2 different commits each respectively. Use git pull to merge the remote branch into yours. I can say git pull. Okay, so basically we have divergent branch, and we need to specify how to reconcile them, right? So I can use git config pull. I can say rebase to be true, since I want to rebase it. So for this local only, so I'll say pull.rebase to be a true. So let me say git pull again. So we have successfully rebased and updated our ref. So let me say git status. We have some changes in my local, so I can say git push. Okay, so we have successfully rebased our 2 branches, like the main branch and the new branch too. So if we go to our GitHub, and if we see our commits, now you can see these all 4 commits were done in the main branch, right? But added d file and modified the file, these 2 changes were done in the other branch. So you can see we have all the commit history here. Okay, so this way, if you see the graph here, So this way we don't lost any history of our commit. Okay, so the next thing is we can have squash and merge. What it basically means is if we have 10 commits in a particular branch, we can convert that 10 commits into a single commit and then merge. As you can basically see here, I have created a new branch out of here. I've made it 2 commits, but when I merge to my main branch, I basically merge it as a single commit. Okay, so this is a squash. And when I talk about merge, so basically when I simply merge, so I still have the history of the branch and a new merge commit is created here. So when I go to this merge commit, I can basically go and see that I have other 2 commits in this particular branch. Okay, so basically this is the main difference. I showed you how to rebase, and merge is simple. If you want to learn about merge, so let's go to our git checkout new branch. So this is different from our main branch now. So let me merge this. So basically this will be basically git merge main, right? When I merge, and let me push this so you can see in my commit. Okay, so let's go to our branch, new branch. So you see a new commit message is created here, right? Even though I didn't make any commit, right? But when I merge some changes from one branch to the other, so at that time a new message is created. Okay, so squash and merge is simply converting all the 10 commits or 9 commits into a single commit and then adding to our main. Okay, so it condenses multiple commits into one, and git merge, it combines branch changes with preserved history. You can see. So when we merge this, it still have the history of the commits. And here we don't have the history of the commits, but here since we have the linear now, we have the history also, and we don't have the preserved history. We have a linear history, we have a preserved history here. So the main difference is this. So in my opinion, we should use a rebase if we want to have a linear history. But if all those 9 or 10 commits doesn't really make sense, then we can condense them to a single commit. And also if we want to preserve the history of the branch, then we can use merge.